Now let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Play ball!
Chelsea played out a 1-1 draw against Nottingham Forest at the Stamford Bridge. Nottingham Forest took the lead in the second half. Chelsea equalized. Then there comes the madness. Ward-Prowse handled the ball and he was giving his matching orders. They had to play that game. The rest of the game, almost 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes with 10 men, but Chelsea couldn't score the winning goal. Okay, if you look at that game, the first half was really boring and flat, but it came alive in the second half when Nottingham Forest took the lead. If you look at what the coach and Nottingham Forest have been doing this season, they have been getting results, especially away from home. They got a result against Liverpool. They got other results. Now they are drawing against Chelsea also.
First half, he said it was boring.
Yeah. It was quite boring. It was
for quite me. Boring. Four shots for Chelsea. 4 shots off target. 2 on target for Chelsea. Good game so far for them in the first half, but they couldn't bury those chances. Like I said, you create chances, you bury them. If you don't bury them, it will come back to bite you in that game. And Nottingham Forest in the second half, I think wonderful strike from Chris Wood, coming on the score sheet, getting on the score sheet. Good goal from him, and everything around the game changed after that. They kind of mount pressure on Chelsea. I will tell you this for a fact. Now. I like see team. Most keep English now. I like see team. We say when they get style, they get plan. They stick to that plan till 90 minutes. No matter how they change it, they top say if you do sub, the sub they come improve on the plan where you get impending plan. The sub will just come and improve on it. After the red card for Ward-Prowse, I felt like it's over. Chelsea will come and win the match, but they continued. They even continued to play Chelsea half-field. The last 20 minutes of the game, I don't know why they will give them extra 30 minutes of time.
I think there was an injury and all that.
The checking of the red card, the goals. I think I know the 2 goals in the first half. They gave them 2 minutes or 3 minutes of added time. In the second half, they gave them 30 minutes. 30 minutes too much, and at least 10 minutes supposed to. You get. But this game was a good game so far for Nottingham Forest. I've seen them as a. In short, everybody I say, what are your dark horses? If not dark horse, now they call them now surprise team of the season. I just see Nottingham Forest for that list.
Okay, John, if you look at that game, Chelsea, everybody was expecting Chelsea to score more goals because, the previous game, they scored 6, scored 4. They scored 4 last game. But now, Nottingham Forest defended well. They attacked well. Even when they went down, 10 man down, they actually had 2 clear chances for them to actually win the game. All of them coming at the 90th minutes plus. They got those 2 chances, but they couldn't bury it. Even though Chelsea had a couple of chances, they couldn't bury it too in this second half. But how are you seeing this Chelsea team? Do you think that, as Tonto we always say that one day this food go burn? Maresca has been cooking, but do you think that they are being exposed? They are not clinical enough for them to be challenging for the Premier League?
I think when you look at the last 2 chances Chelsea had in the dying minutes of the game, you can see that Chelsea need attacking options up forward. You can see that they have forwards, they can have wingers, but they don't have a clinical number 9. They lack that in the dying minutes of the game. We saw the chance that Nkunku went begging. And then again, you can't put it squarely down to them not having attacking options, because if you look at it too, they had a game against a formidable goalkeeper. Talking about Metzels for Nottingham Forest, they kept a couple of wonderful saves that, if he wasn't the one in the position, those would have been goals. So Chelsea could have, for everything also is saying about the way Nottingham Forest played today, all of that would have gone to trash if Martials let in that lad's header from, what's his name, Nkunku. It would have changed the storyline. It would have changed the storyline entirely. So for me, good game all round, good game. Nuno played a very good game in the sense his substitutions kept the side pressing, because Chelsea now were more afraid of Nottingham Forest than they were ambitious to go in and get a win. So we are trying to cover their bases as well as try to look out for anything. We saw those 2 chances come towards the end of the game as a result of Nottingham Forest moving forward into the opposition half and then having issues tracking back to defend.
Imagine now it's Chelsea absorbing pressure and waiting to hit on the break against Nottingham Forest.
That's what it was. And these guys are down to 10 men. They had a red card in the match.
Who supposed they defend?
No, Chelsea had the ball, more possession on the ball. Even though it wasn't dangerous enough. You cannot
passing the ball in your own half and having more of the possession does not mean you had more chances created.
Let me give you
the second half the game changed.
If you when they went I was sure when they went 10 man down, they defended with 4-4. They didn't actually have an attack 4-4-5 actually. 5 in the midfield, 4 at the defense. They were defending very well, but they hit on the break. That's why the thing about hitting on the break is like, for example, when some teams, like for example, Arsenal went down to 10 men against Brighton, they had about 2 or 3 chances to win that game. It happened again with Chelsea. When you are attacking all attack and you have probably Elanga in your team, you can break fast and get a goal. But generally, Maresca, what do you think that he got wrong in this game also? Do you think that he actually needs a number 9? Because that's another thing you were talking about.
They got the goals.
They got the goals, but do you think they actually need a number 9 in that team? Like
Omorodium
or an Osimhen?
See, for the Champions League game we saw, for the Europa League games we saw, Omorodium for Porto against Man United scoring 2 goals, Osimhen scoring a goal for Galatasaray. I felt like they messed out of striking options, but they still bury chances.
They score goals.
Like I still tell you, Pep's first season there was no striker there. After Aguero, there was no striker, and Man City went on to win trophies. So teams like this, you want to build a team. Don't build from the front. Like Arteta now, he has been building from the back. You get solid defense line, upgrade the midfield. Now forward line is functioning.
Maybe
now,
next season,
maybe summer transfer. You don't add because you know that the other side of the team. But when you are like Man United now, I want to build the team, and the first thing you look out for is a striker. Who is going to create those chances for the striker? You don't have that yet in Chelsea. So I think they should continue burying their chances. They should continue play their forward line. Continue burying their chances. I think they have an Nkunku who's good in scoring goals. At least he missed some of the credible chances today, but he's there. They have options. They should continue until they have a good team. Then they will look for the missing link and bring in the person that they need to complete. It's just like a set of puzzles. You have to fit in the puzzles, then find the missing link, and that's just it.
Okay, John. If you look at it, Maresca said that they are building. That even said that he's not looking to challenge for the league. That top 4 probably is the target. They are building. But if you look at that game, they had 22 shots on goal. They had to shoot. They shot a lot, and Palmer didn't really get in his 5th gear. Now, do you think if you're a coach, who will you prefer, Nkunku or Jackson?
For me, if I was a coach and I was managing Chelsea, none of them for me.
None of them for you. But
yes.
What do you say that they have these 2 players and Maresca have to do something?
You have the 2 players, and Maresca is making the best of what he has currently. He's making the best by playing Nkunku and playing Jackson. That's what he has. And for me, I wouldn't have sanctioned the signing of João Felix. I would not have sanctioned the signing of João Felix. I would have gotten in somebody that can bury me goals and score for me. Simple. That's what I would have done. Because the difference between victory and defeat, the difference between victory and drawing a game is just a hairline. Better precision with the heading would have been a goal. That's just the way I see it.
Okay, now, so if you look at now Maresca, let's talk about Maresca in this game. Do you think that he got his formation wrong? Because this formation he's been playing and he's been getting result with it, but the result he did actually destabilized the team. They didn't play well again. For the sub, do you think that is the personnel that he has, or generally, sometimes have an off day at the office sometimes?
Do you think he got his substitution wrong? No, he did not get them wrong, because these are the same sub that will come into games and score 4 goals. So that one he did not get wrong. But do you take away the credit that Nuno Espirito Santos did his homework on the style of play that Chelsea comes with and played well? This is a man that has gone to Anfield, got a result, gone to other big stadiums and got a result. Now, I think at some point
they are still unbeaten in this season.
No, they just lost 1 game. I think they lost the last game they played. They lost 1 game so far this season. The last game they played, they lost 3-2. I think that was after playing against Wolverhampton Wanderers. They won. I think it was against. They played a draw against Brighton, then they lost against Wolf. I think the last game they played. So, getting a result because as Wolf was cooking, as Brighton was cooking, we felt like he was going to lose against Brighton, and he came there and got a 2-2 draw. So their last game, they lost against Fulham, and we felt like it was good enough. But now going to Stamford Bridge to get a result, that's the target. And when I told you this earlier. I said, whenever you want to travel to away stadiums, get those results. Then when you come to your home stadium and you win your matches at home, then you're certain of winning or competing for the title. But now, for Nottingham Forest, let's take away that competing for the title.
They cannot compete. Now,
let's talk about
let's leave that one. They cannot even compete for the title.
Have you forgotten that this same man was playing this style of play? Sit deep, win the games that you need to win, and went to Europe. At some point, he had the longest season as a Premier League coach, because he played in the playoffs of the Europa League qualifiers and the Premier League, and he also went on to reach the semi-finals of that same season's Europa League with Wolverhampton Wanderers. So what if that is his target? Get to the Continentals. So he has to do his homework. He has to make sure he improves the side. Though his record for Tottenham Hotspur doesn't speak for himself, but his record for Wolverhampton Wanderers before Tottenham Hotspur spoke for itself. So now for Nottingham Forest, maybe he's trying to get himself to the Europa or Continentals again.
Okay, let's see what Maresca and Chelsea will be doing throughout the season. They drew that game 1-1 at the Stamford Bridge. It was a high intense game, especially in the second half, especially when Spurs got that red card. They mounted pressure to probably see if they can win that game, but Nottingham Forest held themselves, defended well, and had almost 2 or 3 chances to score against Chelsea or to win that game, but that game ended 0-0. Okay, let's see if Maresca, this food is cooking. You know, he's been cooking. If you go burn,
food go burn. It no go sweet.
It go sweet later.
This one about belle, then they
The food no go sweet. Na me talk am.
So let's see what he's cooking with Chelsea, where they will end at the end of the season.